Hype around Comet 3. Alice finally settled down, and the comet itself passed the closest point to the ground, and now from it is moving away. It's time to be without emotions and clickbait to talk about the comet. Moreover, during the observation period, astronomers, we found out almost everything about her. What the size of Comet Atlas? Who continues? Believe that this is an alien ship and why, and will we even get a photo of her nearby? Make yourself comfortable, friends. Now we'll explain everything to you in detail. Comet 3. Atlas was discovered on July 1st, 2025 by the ATLC telescope system. The system is useful because it is the first one automatic station on the planet telescopes designed for detection of asteroids threatening Earth. The fact that she detected a kilometer-long, 3 ATCs 670 million kilometers from us between Jupiter and Mars is already a pleasant sign. You from such guests almost in security. Well, the fact that 3 Alas right off the bat demonstrated unusual properties made her a real star. The standard story in such cases check earlier photos, those on which the comet was already visible, but not enough for detection. Photos were found at the Vera Rubin Observatory and at 55 days earlier. And then it opened up that the comet flies so fast that she physically cannot be from our system. And therefore, 3 PBXs became only the third interstellar object after Borisov's comet and the legendary Oumuamua, about which we have a separate video. Well, then there's mysticism, because the orbit of 3I ATLS coincides with the plane Earth's with an accuracy of 5 degrees. The probability of such an event occurring naturally is 0.2%. Next is a very strange orbit. 3 Atlas. It seems to pass next to everyone planets, and then right in front of the Earth turns around and flies away so as not to bother us disturb. The nail in the coffin, that periodically around the comet, are visible flashes and accelerations, which allowed to Harvard's Avebu and his colleagues on July 16, 2025 to publish an article where scientists, they said that 3 ATC is space a probe scanning the solar system. To be more precise, this statement was torn apart journalists. In his article, Loeb was the first in fact, he declares that everything points to natural origin of 3 ATC, and its reasoning is a thought experiment and a pedagogical exercise. In it, Lepp states that the comet is being swept around strangely planets of the solar system, as if using a gravity assist maneuver familiar to anyone who watched Interstellar. Loeb also notes that it is too high, the comet's brightness, previously unseen in its relatives. Well, and polishes everything with content CO2, which is much higher in IATLC than in typical comets. This, by the way, was confirmed James Webb Telescope, which already spotted the comet appreciated. And, unfortunately for supporters, spaceship theories also confirmed that all the accelerations and allegedly gravity assist maneuvers are commonplace evaporation of matter from the surface. As approaching the Sun 3AI Atlas, being a comet literally made of dirt and gases, it heats up the gases themselves. They go into opposite side from the sun wind and work like a jet engine, accelerating the celestial body. Also, Webb's data helped put an end to questions of size. There's romance here too. Was replaced by boring science because instead of a 10-kilometer core, which was mentioned earlier, the nucleus of Comet 3 ITLS turned out to be between 820 and 150 in size. Still a lot, but not impressive. The Tunguska meteorite, for example, is believed to many was a comet with a diameter of about 100 meters and squeezed 15-20 megatons. 3 Atlas, accordingly, when colliding with ours planet, being 10 times larger diameter according to the square cube law, would have hit with 28 gigatons in 1,000 more powerful next time. But however, increasingly even thousands of times weaker than Chicxulub, the dinosaur-killing disaster definitely would be, but continental, not global level. The extinction of the Earth was hardly discussed would. And all this is purely hypothetical, because on December 19th at 9:00 a.m. Moscow time 3, Atlas Maximum came closer to the Earth and is now moving away, going about my business. And it happened. It's at a more than comfortable distance, as far as Mars. Information was collected more than enough, and literally all she's screaming about how the 3I Atlas is not a spaceship, but a comet. Not a single one fixed, unmotivated Atlas was not found to have acceleration gases. Excess speed of 26 km/s relative to the Sun is normal for interstellar objects. Spectroscopy. James Webb found traces of water, carbon monoxide gas, carbon and cyanogen. Absolutely substances typical for any comet. And what's most important is that there is no single signature metal. The Webb's infrared sensors do not know devices were recorded working, which would glow like a New Year's Christmas tree. Network Alien Search Station. I also listened to the comet and didn't find it no modulations, pulses, or other signals of artificial origin. Same with temperature, speed gas emissions, and other parameters. Literally everything points to the fact that 3ATLS is a typical cometary rock with tail. And it's actually very sad that all the hype at this point died down because the naturalness of the Saturn does not make it less interesting. Let's take age, for example. Comet Atlas with high probability older than our solar system. This is a real-time capsule, almost unchanged during this time. Comets, because they are formed simultaneously with stars, and therefore 3I Atlas on the board can carry building material from which ours was formed and not only star systems. And only imagine how many questions you can answer if we study it. To what extent do we, for example, are unique? Answering the question, why can't we find it yet? Alien life? Scientists are embarrassed they claim that we have a coincidence here, billions of orbital parameters, and matter uniquely distributed. And this is it, that's it. Having caught the Comet 3 Atlas by the tail, this can be easily checked and compared. How original is it really? Creature of the solar system and other systems were different. You can also check celestial body ejection models, giant planets. Atlas is someone from his system gravity, and threw it away. And almost certainly it was a local Jupiter. But for us, there is also a suspicion that Jupiter, or Saturn, at the beginning of the solar system's life, the other planet was sent far away. In general, any interstellar bodies, including 3I Atlas, is a priceless treasure trove of knowledge, and also very cheap. After all, about the probe and scientists dream of another planetary system for 100 years and are constantly being developed projects. Imagine how much hype there would be brought from somewhere Alpha Centauri sample stones. And here, no need to fly anywhere. Guest from another country. The system arrived itself. I don't want to study it. So for the opportunity to poke around, at least would be in the data obtained from close distances. Astronomers will give a lot. But how realistic is this? This is where it begins sad because it's real, but with nuance. At the University of Michigan, they conducted thought experiments. Imagined that astronomers were given an unlimited budget and access to any technology. Conclusion: initial acceleration of 25 km required to intercept the comet. 24 km more is achievable literally just recently. They gave out the probe Dawn for study of the asteroid Vesta. Available on shelves, NASA's ready but frozen sample satellites capable of interception. Well, a rocket of all kinds. You just need to agree on mission changes. That's where problem. The comet is moving very fast, and it would be a good idea to launch something to her. It was required back in August, right after detection. Bureaucracy is not works. Therefore, in the current conditions, if we discover a conditional 3 ATLC tomorrow number 2, we won't be able to fly to her. But there are workarounds. First, fly with Mars. Scientists from Michigan have calculated, what if you fly from Mars to 3 Atlas? A ridiculous 5x acceleration will be enough km/s. Achievable literally even satellites flying around Mars. Just from they will need to burn fuel, designed to last for years of mission in one fell swoop. Moreover, this could have been done in August, using one of the flying ones near Mars devices. But again, bureaucracy is a plus, technical difficulties do not allow it. Hence the conclusion. It is possible to prepare Sentry probe, the only task which will be waiting for a comet like 3I Atlas. In the European space, the agency has already prepared a Project Comet interceptor. According to the plan, a device like James Webb will be sent hang out at the Lagrange point of the L2 system's sun Earth, where he will guard its goal and, if necessary, will advance to her in a matter of days. True, the launch of the program is expected only in 2029, so you'll have to wait. But don't worry too much, it's not worth it. The reason why we're all in the 20th century, not a single interstellar object was found. Object, and in recent years as many as 3, not in that they began to fly more often. She's in that our equipment has become better to detect them. Formulas for the density of matter in the galaxy, they show that in orbit, Jupiter has almost always found 1 or 2 interstellar objects similar to Comet 3 ITLS, who are waiting in the wings detection. If expanded to orbit Neptune, there will be 3 times more objects. So interstellar visitors are not that big of a deal, a rare event. And you can safely bet on it. That we have already experienced in our lifetimes, we will get real photographs of the object from another star system. Well, yeah, not us, we flew to them, and they to us, but this doesn't change the epic nature of the event. This, by the way, another great reason for colonization of at least the moon, and how Mars maximum. Put telescopes on them, it's a pleasure, and to take off because of low gravity is just a fairy tale. Improved 3D printer technologies and the ability to produce fuel directly in colonies are a direct ticket to study interstellar objects. After all, probes to them. It is 10 times easier to launch Mars than from Earth. What do you think? Do you believe in the theory that 3i Atlas is a cosmic ship? Share your opinion in comments. That's all for now. Until next time. Meetings, friends,